This is DDS. We are your hosts, Blake Melton and Bradley Newberry. Matthew Parker's still out with his family for the holidays. God bless him for that. Newberry, tell me something good, because I'm not feeling too good about tonight.
Yo. I'll tell you something good. We have Parker's picks, everybody. So never fear. We have Parker's picks. It's Christmas week. It's game day tonight right here in Middle Tennessee.
Yeah, and it's going to be a tough one, unfortunately.
Yes, I mean, we can jump right into it. It's going to be the 8-6 San Francisco 49ers making a visit to the 9-5 Tennessee Titans. This is a matchup of teams going in the opposite direction, Blake. The Tennessee Titans have lost 3 of their last 4 games. Their lead, as we mentioned, is now down to a single game with tiebreakers, however, over the Colts. And then on the other hand, we're looking at the 49ers, who are heating up. They have won 5 of their last 6 games. What are the initial thoughts here?
Well, you got a hot 49ers team coming in, playing good defense. Jimmy G is doing his thing. He's kind of re-solidified his position there, I think. And the Titans are, as you said, they're going the complete opposite direction. Though their defense is playing at a really elite level, they're exactly where the 49ers were last year with injuries. They just have been struggling mightily with injuries, and with all the injuries that have happened and the personnel that they've been able to put on the field, they just haven't been able to get it done without their star players.
No, it's really looking questionable again on the offensive line. San Francisco's defensive front's got to be licking their chops here, led by Bosa.
Yeah, it scares me.
There's going to be a lot of pressure on Tannehill tonight.
Oh, no kidding. And it's just not a good day for, your best guard in Roger Saffold and your best tackle in Taylor Lewan being out. They're going to have to. In games like this, I would usually say they're going to have to scheme their way out of this, but I'm not supremely confident in Downing as a play caller to be able to do that. I mean, we are a running team. You would hope we would still be able to run somewhat, but I mean, the strength of our line is going to be on the left side with Taylor Lewan, and not having him over there to lead block, it's going to be tough, particularly given that Joey Bosa is going to be barreling down there, the offensive line.
There are also a couple other 49ers names that people need to, pay attention to, be aware of as you're settling in for tonight's game. I'm going to highlight tight end George Kittle.
Yep.
This guy, he likes to catch the ball in space, and he's faster than you think. Normally you think of tight ends as rumbling, bumbling, and bigger dudes, but this guy can run away for some people. So be careful for that. And then, the all do it all running back, wide receiver, Deebo Samuel. He currently ranks 3rd in the NFL in scrimmage yards, total scrimmage yards, 1,357. I believe Jimmy G and the 49ers will look to get these two guys going with their rookie running back Elijah Mitchell out again for tonight's game.
Yeah, it's always tough with those kinds of athletes on the other side of the ball that you're having to deal with. I'm really look. Okay, so time out for just a second. Everybody here in Middle Tennessee is aware that Jeff Simmons just got snubbed for the Pro Bowl, right? Kevin Byard, congratulations to him. But I'm hoping that he takes that personal and that he absolutely has a day today, or tonight, I guess, because we need the defense to be at an elite level, going against players like that, going against Deebo Samuel, going against George Kittle. We need to be able to get after Jimmy G. We need to be able to put pressure on him. We need the secondary to be locked down. And that's really one of the main keys for our success tonight is going to be the defense continuing to play at that elite level.
I believe there is some truth behind the fire, Blake. I mean, these players took to Twitter last night, media as well. I mean, saying how can this be? How is he left off? We know people are left off every year, and I'm sure Parker would have loved this part. The media, to his point with yesterday's power bomb about the Colts and Jonathan Taylor, the media loves Indy. They love them. They what did they put like 5 or 6 Colts in the Pro Bowl and only one Titan.
I don't understand that. I really don't, particularly when you got Jeff Simmons, he's clearly one of the top 2 or 3, maybe at the most, defensive tackles in the game. I just don't understand it. But like you said, I think that the emotion part of it, the heat, the enthusiasm will definitely be there to make people realize how elite he really is tonight by going out and having himself a night.
Yeah, I would watch out for that. I think the defense will bring the juice. What do we have to be careful with that type of emotion is you have to remain like consistent, remain disciplined in your gaps in the running scheme, remain disciplined in your zone coverage. Yep. If you choose to play some, don't be so excited that you're chasing, if you will, and then it leaves the middle of the field wide open for Debo to sit down in or Kittle to run through. You still have to play with some consistency.
Yeah.
Don't be too over the top emotional.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing is let the guys on the defensive line be emotional. The guys in the second and third level, they need to be a little more cagey. They need to be a little bit more cerebral about how they conduct their business, just like they have been. They need to keep doing what they've been doing. Yep. So, 10th overall defense.
I'll tell you, man, Parker's picks, we kind of hinted at it yesterday. He likes the fact that it is a short week. He likes the fact that San Francisco had to travel all the way here from California on a short week.
Yeah, that's a positive for sure.
He likes the trend of this being a Vrabel spot, meaning the media and the Vegas and the majority looking past the Titans all of a sudden. They're underdogs at home. So he's taking the Tennessee Titans tonight. He'll be there.
Yeah.
He did not offer a score, but he says Titans win.
Yeah, I am. All those things are true. I mean, historically, this team plays very well as the underdog. They play well whenever everybody's rooting against them. Some keys here to what I think they have to do. I mean, A.J. Brown expected to play tonight. We have to have A.J. Brown for the entire game. Have to. If he can't play the entire game, I don't know that we can win. You know, supposedly we're going to have both he and Julio on the field at the same time, but I'm not going to rely on having. That's such a remote chance. It seems like this year, but we've got to at least have A.J. Brown for 4 quarters. Deontay Foreman, he has to continue his smash and dash play with him and Hilliard. They got to protect the ball, Newberry. We can't have another week like we did last week.
No more. Can't have 4 turnovers.
No, you can't. You can't. Cannot have those kinds of unforced errors and just careless and sloppy play. Tannehill has to manage the game, and he can't force the ball in. Hopefully, if he does have A.J. Brown and Julio Jones, and now if he can have Deontay Foreman, they can get some things done on the offensive line to be able to move the ball on the ground. Maybe it'll open up some of those play-action plays over the middle. So he won't have to force it in. And like I said before, the defense has to come out, and they got to show out. All that being said, if all these criteria are met, particularly we protect the ball and A.J. Brown plays 4 quarters, I think we could win. I really do. But if A.J. Brown doesn't play the entire game, we're not going to win. That's what I'm going to say.
Well, that sounded like me last week. I said the key was T.J. Watt.
It's
I gave stats. If he plays the whole game, then they're 6-2. If he doesn't, they're 0 forever.
Yeah, I know.
They won. I mean, I don't know that I could really place the win on T.J. Watt because of all the turnovers, but he played, so I guess it's still correlated.
He was probably part of the turnovers, if I had to guess.
Well, yeah, he had pressures. Yeah,
but I mean, the reality is that I don't have the stats in front of me, but the points scored, the differential between the points scored whenever they have Derrick Henry, Julio Jones, AJ Brown in the game, and when they don't, it's enormous. It's something on the order of like 15 or 20 points difference. So, I mean, it's a real thing. They need to be on the field for them to score points. So that's really what it comes down to me is if AJ Brown can't play 4 quarters, I don't think we have a chance to win. But if he does, I think we got a really good chance to pull one out here, and it's a win we really need at this point in the season. I really don't want to be that team again that loses their way into the postseason.
Yep. Well, Parker is going to predict. He said nothing about AJ Brown. He's just going Titans. Do you think that he will play? Are you going to side with the Titans, or is it just too many what ifs and you have to go San Fran here?
I think I'm about 95% certain that AJ is going to play tonight from everything that I've read and everything I've seen. This whole offensive line thing with Saffold and Lewan kind of concerns me. But if we can get AJ Brown, and even if we can get the corpse of Julio Jones to go out there and trot around a little bit, maybe he'll draw some attention from some folks. But we'll see. I think he's going to play. I'm going to lock it in right now. Titans are going to win tonight.
All right. So, of course, me, the worst at picking Titans games at 5-9. I think there are too many what ifs here. The offensive line injuries are known, or sicknesses, whatever it is, sniffles. AJ Brown, not known. Julio Jones, by me, is known. He's as unhealthy as it gets. So, Tannehill, go ahead and put your prop bet that he's going to throw another pick tonight. There's too much of that for me to pick the Titans. What I can say is that it seems like a pretty safe bet that they're going to score 13 points, though, because I think they've scored right on 13 in like 3 of their losses in the last 4 games. So I'm going to side with the hotter team. I know it feels like I'm front running, but I'm going to go San Francisco 21-13. And it just makes everyone grumpy here in Middle Tennessee. Merry Christmas.
It very well could happen. It very well could. I mean, I hate saying that, but I'm
thinking it's a lower scoring game. I think both defenses kind of show out at sometimes, different times during the game. Mm-hmm. I believe the Titans will get some great defensive plays. I think because of lack of talent and Tannehill's pressing a little too much, I think that we'll see San Fran dancing around a couple of times. So both defenses will probably be good. I'm going to side with the hotter team.
I think that's a good point. I think it will be a lower scoring game, but the question is I'm not really sure. I'm not convinced that it's really going to favor one that much more than the other. I think this could come down to turnover battle at this point.
Well, I mean, if it comes down to a field goal, does who trust Bullock right now?
I think Ficken's back this week.
Oh, jeez. Ficken is kicking.
I'm not worried about Bullock. Just give him a couple donuts before he goes on the field. Big boy Bullock.
There you go. The crew is split on tonight's game, but I'm not surprised by that. It's Blake summed it up best. It's like, I could totally see the Titans if AJ Brown can put together a full game. I can totally see San Fran if the Titans can keep continuing to do turnovers and BS play calls.
Yeah,
but
totally.
Speaking of BS, listen to this game I gotta watch on Sunday. Yeah. The 2-12 Jacksonville Jaguars visit the 3-11 New York Jets. This is a matchup of number 1 draft pick Trevor Lawrence versus number 2 draft pick Zach Wilson. Is this a game for pride, or Blake, is this two teams playing for a better draft position?
I think this is two JV teams playing each other, quite frankly. I mean, everybody kind of knows the story down in Jacksonville, kind of everything that's happened. You can kind of point to what the problem was, and they've cut the cancer out, so to speak. The Jets, it's just a systemic problem. They've been bad forever. They're still bad. I really don't know how to. I mean, at this point, the way the line is gone, it's now a pick 'em, which Bradley was saying that has changed apparently, and people are starting to move a little bit more towards Jacksonville, and that may be the case.
It started at 3. I'm pretty sure it started at Jets 3 when it opened.
I mean, that may be the case. I just don't know how in the world you pick a team with these two teams going up against each other, because honestly, I mean, they're kind of identical when you look at them in the stat columns. I mean, the Jets pass a little bit more than the Jaguars do. The Jaguars run the ball just ever so slightly more. So, but they both are averaging right around 300 total yards a game. Both teams are right around the bottom in both offensive and defensive categories. Let me rephrase that. The Jaguars' rushing defense, I guess their defense is about in the middle.
It's not bad.
It's in the middle.
Yeah,
and that could ultimately be what wins the day, because the Jets' defense is towards the bottom. It's 32nd overall.
Hey, does that mean an opportunity for Robinson? Now that Urban's not there, he gets to run the rock against the worst run defense.
I don't know, because I mean, it's hard to say. You do.
Let's take the pressure off of Trevor this week. Let's run it to oblivion. I mean, just keep running it.
At some point, I think that the Jaguars have to admit to themselves that the scheme that they're running is not working, and that they need to stick with what they have that's functioning at the moment. And I promise you, if they will just let Robinson, let him eat, I promise you he will at least make Trevor Lawrence a better player, because it'll take a lot of the pressure off of him. Even though he is questionable for week 16.
Yeah, I mean,
he had limited practice yesterday.
Yeah, no. Yeah, overall for this game, when it comes to picking or betting, the advice that DDS has is don't do it. Don't bet on this game.
Yeah,
don't
stay away
at all.
Stay away from this. That's what this line is telling you. Do not touch it with a 10-foot pole.
Don't do it. Neither team can be trusted. I'll throw out a couple more things just so we can have something to talk about before we give a pick. But okay, so people want to compare the two. The Jaguars defense, it overall allows 26.4 points per game. I doubt the Jets can get there with scoring. The Jets allow 30.6 points per game. I know good damn and well the Jaguars are not going to score 30 points.
No.
Trevor Lawrence, 2,945 yards and 9 touchdowns, compared to Zach Wilson, 1,911 yards and 6 touchdowns. That's not so much unexpected, but 1,000 yards difference seems like a head scratcher to me. But I would still pick Trevor Lawrence over Zach Wilson every day.
I
I'm gonna
guess.
trust my secondary a little bit here, man. I called out Shaq Griffin, of course, the rookie Tyson Campbell. I think he ended up PFF rated #1 that I tweeted out after our show the other day. I don't know how Zach Wilson's going to move the ball here. He's got yours and Parker's favorite son, Corey Davis, if he's even healthy. I don't even know if he's going to play, but
yeah, even if he is playing, as long as he's not playing the Titans, he'll just kind of saunter around out there,
go through the motion.
He'll half-ass it. It's kind of his thing.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's a rare game that I'm gonna close my eyes and faithfully pick my team for once. I'm gonna go Jacksonville 20-9.
All right, I am. Man, this is a hard one to pick, and it's not because of any animosity towards either team. It's just someone's got to win. Someone's got to win here. I don't. Do you see the over/under? The over/under is 41.5.
The Jaguars have been covering the under all year long.
Yeah, well, I think it's going to continue this year or this time.
Well, I just predicted that they scored 29 with a 20-9 score.
The Jaguars aren't scoring 20 points, but I do think they're going to win this game. I'm saying it now. The criteria has been met for me to pick them. I predicted last week that they wouldn't win last week, but maybe they would build some momentum, figure some things out, maybe get the running back involved a little bit more in the offense. What do you know? And I think that's what they're going to do in this game. I think they're going to take the air out of the ball a little bit more. I don't think that they really – I could be wrong here, but I don't think they get to 20 points. I think this is probably I'm calling it a 16-3 victory.
Whoa. Hey.
For them.
That's a Newberry type game right there. That means some defense.
Well, that's what we were just talking about. I think the defense is what's going to win it.
Dude, I'll take it. Any type of positive momentum, I'll take it for the Jags.
Got it.
Parker, no score given, but he is going with Jacksonville with the victory. And I'll remind everybody that the last time all three of us on this panel picked Jacksonville, that was way back in week 1 against the Texans, and the Jags lost. So watch it. But we're all going Jags again.
Nice.
Our game of the week is Baltimore at Cincinnati. Both teams are 8-6, sitting at top of the AFC North. One of these teams is looking to break through here, seize control of the North. There's still some question marks around Lamar Jackson and his health. And Blake, the last time these two teams met, the Bengals went into Baltimore and absolutely smacked them around in October, 41-17.
Yeah. And I think really what the questions it's all about right now is Lamar Jackson going to play? And judging by how the line is going, I know that Cincinnati's they always seem to have a wave of emotion that they ride. But right now, Lamar Jackson is questionable for this week, and judging by the way that the line is going, they must think that he's not going to play. So,
where is it? It started at Cincy 1.
Now it's Cincy 3.
Oh, it's gone to the full field goal.
Yeah. Yep. And looks like the money's going to Cincinnati at the moment. We'll see. There's no doubt that Joe Burrow's got a lot of weapons there. Joe Mixon, P. Ryan, Taj Boyd, Jamar Chase, all those guys. Got a lot of weapons there on offense for sure. I love me some Joey football, but golly, he's going to have to throw the ball against this Ravens defense because they have the 31st ranked defense in the passing defense, that is. but they have the number 1 overall running defense, allowing just 86.2 yards per game. So it's going to be interesting.
That's a real testament to all-pro veteran Calais Campbell on that line.
Yeah.
Their linebackers have been playing well, filling gaps in their 3-4 scheme. There could be some revenge factor here with Cincinnati going into Baltimore and beating them the way that they did. So Baltimore is a Super Bowl prediction by me. So it's hard for me to pick against a team that I thought would have been in the Super Bowl mix. But at the same time, it's kind of hard to ignore home field advantage for me.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's a real advantage, particularly with the way Cincinnati football is being played at the moment.
Well, I'm sure Parker would say, yeah, but that coach sucks in Cincinnati.
Yeah,
he hates the Cincinnati coach.
I can't argue too much with him there.
You know what? I would tell him, and you can pull this up if you've got it. I would say, you know what may be interesting to watch here? I think both of these place kickers are fantastic. I think the kicker for Cincinnati is good, and we all know about the kicker from Baltimore. So I wonder if it comes down to some kicks. Both of them have been kicking really well.
Yeah, let's see here. Was it McPherson?
Yeah, I think he's from Florida.
Yep. Florida, as we say. Let's see what he's got going on here. 85% on the year. Yeah, I mean, he's got 109 points on the year.
Yeah.
I think he's 24 of 28. I mean, dude. Yeah, anything over probably 70% of the 75% of the NFL is probably pretty good, and he's pretty solid.
We all know about Tucker.
Yeah, I mean, there's not even any. I mean, that guy, freaking monster. You got him on your fantasy team.
Right.
Need to have him in the game. Tucker.
Yep. Parker is going to go with the home team here. No score given, but he likes Cincinnati to win at home.
I like Cincy to win at home, but before we get off the kicker subject, 93.5% for Justin Tucker this year.
Oh, God. Yeah.
What a monster. Anyways, yeah, I think Cincinnati's going to take it. I think they're going to throw the ball all over the place. It might even open up a few little sneaky runs that they can kind of keep them honest with. And I just think overall, I think if Lamar Jackson doesn't play, they don't have a chance. And yeah, honestly, even if he does play, I'm not really sure they have a chance. So I'm going Joey football here all the way.
I do not think that Cincinnati should score in the 40s again, but I will go with the home team. I'm going Cincinnati 28, Baltimore 20.
Nice.
Underdog time. And I will admit, I do not have a team identified yet. So I'm going to start with Parker.
Okay.
Then I'll throw it to you to give me some time to find something. So Parker is looking at the Buffalo-New England game.
Yep.
Last time these two teams played, everyone saw it. It was a Monday night football game. The wind was going like 150 miles per hour.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Patriots threw the ball 3 times, some ungodly record that they set.
Mm-hmm.
He's leaning on Buffalo to get the win back here to split the series. He's putting a little more faith in Josh Allen. There could be some question about his health. I'm almost certain he'll play no matter what they say his health is. But could Buffalo have found something with their running game that seems like they're settling in on 1 instead of 3? It's Devin Singletary. Looks like he's going to be the running back now. But Buffalo, it all funnels through the passing game. And Josh Allen is the running game, Blake. And he's going Buffalo as his underdog this week.
Okay. You want me to go? You want to go?
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. I'm going to try to find it.
Okay. I am looking at the Indianapolis and Arizona game. Indy's going to be traveling out to Arizona. Cardinals starting to show some chinks in the armor. I think maybe, just maybe, though they're favored by a point, I think that everybody's starting to see that the Cardinals are coming back to earth a little bit here. James Robinson. Good Lord. Jonathan Taylor is running the ball really well, obviously, right now. Go ahead.
Before you say any more, that's to Parker's point yesterday was, you don't know who that guy is.
Exactly.
Fred Taylor.
Exactly. I mean, go back and listen to that on our YouTube channel.
Yeah, the last 3 minutes of yesterday's show.
That was a incendiary moment. But anyways, Jonathan Taylor's running the ball really well. Carson Wentz is not doing too much to lose games for him. But I think that, like I said, I think the Cardinals are kind of coming back to earth a little bit. And there seems to be some questions on injuries with James Conner, Zach Ertz, and DeAndre Hopkins. All those guys are kind of questionable at this point. I'm not really sure if they've been ruled out or not yet, but with those question marks there and just the way they've been playing recently, it's just like, man, I think I got to go with the Colts here. So that's what I'm going to do.
All right. Indy it is. All right. I've locked in on one. I'm doing this for you, Brandon, my brother, Brandon. I've identified the Denver Broncos as a 1-point favorite, right?
Uh-huh.
So let's throw the Las Vegas Raiders a bone here. I'm going to take the Las Vegas Raiders as my underdog pick. Last week, they kept their postseason hopes alive, so they got to keep winning. They're at 7-7. I know they barely beat a very, very depleted Browns team, but a win nonetheless. Denver is probably going to start Drew Lock again, so that gives the Raiders defense a better chance to cover. The Raiders defensive line, they can get some pressure, so it might not bode well for Drew Lock. Give me the Raiders in a 20-17, 23-20, something lower scoring game. Raiders.
Okay. All right.
And then it's best bet time where we might bet $1 or $2, or maybe with this slate of games, you don't even bet anything.
Yeah, it's kind of tough right now with all these COVID issues going on, and it's kind of making it hard for sure.
Yeah. Parker's looking at a home underdog this week in his best bets. He is going with Minnesota +3 against the Rams. He believes that the Minnesota Vikings have enough offensive weapons in Justin Jefferson, Dalvin Cook to keep it close to the Rams. So give him the 3 points and the Vikings to cover.
Nice. I am looking at the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Kansas City Chiefs. After what I saw last week, yeah, they beat the Titans, but my God, they only gained 160-something yards from scrimmage. I think the Chiefs right now, who are 7.5-point favorites, are going to absolutely blow that out of the water. I think this is going to be a double-digit differential here.
Yep, I could see it. Mine makes me nervous, I admit. But I'm going with a home team. A bad offense, though, really bad. They've been so bad this year. Russell Wilson. They might have some COVID issue too. I don't know with the Lockett. I don't. Deep Metcalf seems to be disgruntled. Do you know who's looking at this from afar? And I'm talking way far. So Seattle, way up in the Northwest. But there's a little team in Duval County that's taking a look at a disgruntled number one wide receiver, Blake, because they don't have a number one. And like, you know what? You just stay unhappy. We might have a little offer for you to come to sunny Florida in the offseason. How would you like to be paired up with Trevor Lawrence for a long time? We'll see. Just keep that in mind, everybody.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go with an even worse team is coming into Seattle. One of Parker's favorite coaches with Nagy coming in, and Justin Fields, who's not played well at all as a rookie this year.
Yeah.
I think Seattle and their defense can Seattle and their defense. I said Seattle and their defense could have a nice matchup, a nice day here. I would expect this to be lower scoring again. I'm going Seattle 23-13, and they cover -6.5.
Man, oh man. There it is.
But what about Metcalf to Duval?
Man, I think Duval needs to be focusing on bringing back Byron.
Bring back Byron.
# bring back Byron to Duval. Well, all right, guys. Hey, thanks for joining us today for this, our NFL Picks show. Go ahead and check us out on Twitter at DDS Sports Talk. Leave us a comment there. Who's going to be the next head coach in Duval for Jacksonville? Who's going to be? Is it going to be Byron Leftwich? I don't know. I've heard Kellen Moore's name thrown around. I can't believe that that's really a thing. But we'll see. My pick is Byron. You heard it here first. Newberry, closing thoughts.
I'm hoping that Shad Khan is making phone calls to Tony Dungy. Invite him on the yacht. Just pick his mind. He's a good man. He's got good ideas. You need to get advice from someone that's actually good.
Totally agree.
And will give you the right advice instead of on a whim. So do that. Everybody from the DDS crew, stay safe. Have a Merry Christmas. Enjoy the Titans losing tonight, but love on your loved ones anyway.
Absolutely. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below. Give us a like here. Hit the thumbs up button, or the notification bell, for notifications on new videos. Other than that, two-tone blue all the way. You guys be well.